If I never eat another piece of fruit in my life, I'll be fine. The second you stop having a purpose in life is when your brain says it's time to turn off. Formula One is
Yeah.
it's like, well, what was that about? But if I had a big meal at lunchtime, that's me done for the day.
So we are going to ask Nick I should actually tell you what I'm doing because I keep forgetting to tell people what I'm doing. So what I'll do is I'll ask some random question that I picked up from a website just 2 minutes before recording this. And I'll ask that question. Nick will have to answer, and I will have to answer that question as well, as honestly or dishonestly as possible. I do not care. First question. Okay, if you had to choose one fruit, what would you like to be? I think so. We can change this question into what's your favorite fruit, because that's a bit, I don't think so. I would like to be a fruit, and then rot.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm not a great lover of fruit.
Oh, really?
And I've got a good story why.
Hmm.
Because when I was growing up, my mum's best friend had a fruit and veg shop.
Oh, right.
So growing up in the 70s, my house was full of fruit. It was full of mangoes, pineapples, tangerines, mandarins, you name it, it was in my house.
Yeah.
Friends used to come to my house and go, Jesus, Nick, look at all the fruit in your house. You must be a millionaire. And it's like, no, my mum's friend just gives us stuff that, that you're not going to put on the shelves anymore. I ate that much fruit as a kid. If I never eat another piece of fruit in my life, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you have enough in your system.
Yeah.
um, I think so. So my favorite fruit for a very long time, for very obvious reasons, used to be mango, right? Because everyone who is ethnically Pakistani, they
Mm.
are, they are crazy about
Yeah.
mangoes. Mangoes, like, we have a craze in mango. When I lived in Pakistan for like 10 years or something, there's a whole season, and everyone, like, because it grows over there, everyone is just trying to get rid of it. They're going for peanuts. They're like, just take it, just take an extra one, like, just
Yeah.
and people are having dinners at dinner time. They're just having mango with roti,
Mm.
mango and naan bread. That's what it used to be, mango. And I still really love mango, but I got sick,
Yeah.
and it was, it for days, and it was just mango, right? And it put me off for a very, very long time. And I went back to my childhood favorite fruit, I think so, watermelon, because
Mm.
I grew up in the Middle East. So
Mm.
again, a product of my environment.
Mm.
Watermelon is still like, eat watermelon juice. I love, like, if I can find it. Eating watermelons is just refreshing, although it doesn't match in cold weathers, because not
Mm.
there isn't a reason for it. But still, yeah, I would say watermelon.
Yeah.
Next question. It says, it's worded very differently, weirdly, but I'll just ask. Retirement, it's asking, what do we do when we reach retirement age? So we'll just ask in a way like, what are your retirement
Mm.
plans?
I don't have any. I don't think I'll ever retire. I don't think anybody should retire. That
Hmm.
doesn't mean the alternative is working for someone else until you die and
Yeah.
working full time. I think the second you stop having a purpose in life is when your brain says it's time to turn off.
Yeah.
It's time to end.
Hmm.
So we have different phases in our life, and we change what we want and what we do through those different phases. So retirement, the last part of our life, should be about working on hobbies. It should
Hmm.
be looking after your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. For me, as I'm getting older now, I'm doing more writing. I'm writing books.
Hmm.
That's my
Passing down
latest. That's
knowledge,
my
like.
latest book. England, My
Oh,
England is my latest
yeah.
book. Um, but for people who work hard all their lives and think they're going to retire and switch off, it's the worst thing
Hmm.
that can happen to you. You cannot switch off if you've been busy. You've got to find something to replace it. Work less hours and do something you enjoy.
Yeah.
But doing nothing isn't an option.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I always sort of say, like, retire from work, but don't retire from life, right?
Hmm.
So, you can stop. I would like to stop working for someone else when
Hmm.
I retire. Right now, I'm enjoying it, like working for an organization, whatever, which I cannot tell people. But I would like to retire from it, but still keep on working, for myself,
Yeah.
working whatever it could be, because I don't want to retire from life.
Yeah.
Just if you have like few days off and you're just lying around,
Yeah.
you already feel like, you feel really bad.
Yeah.
You don't want that for an eternity. Your life will be short anyways. And I've seen a lot of people who are who are like live till 99, 100 or whatever.
Mm.
The main reason is because they had been doing something productive.
There has to be a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah,
If not, there's no reason to get out of bed, is there?
yeah, exactly. All right, next question. What sport do you think is the most boring to watch?
Oh, I've got a list of these. I'm
Yeah,
not a very sporty person anyway, but I can't understand why people watch golf, why people watch
that's mine as well.
Formula One.
Yeah,
Formula One is.
yeah,
Well, what was that about? So there's lots of sports, but do you know what? That's because I'm not interested in them.
yeah,
So people should, obviously people can watch whatever they want to watch, enjoy the sport they want to
yeah,
watch. I just don't understand what they get out of it.
yeah,
But there'll be lots of things I do and that I value that other people will go, I don't understand why Nick
yeah.
does any
That's
of that.
true.
So
That's
it's
true.
horses for courses, but
Yeah,
definitely golf and Formula One are the two that jump
yeah.
straight into my mind.
So like I am a sports nut. Um, I love
Yeah.
football. I love cricket
Can I
as
jump in
well.
there again?
Yeah,
Let me be controversial after
yeah,
our
sure,
last
sure.
discussion we had,
Yeah,
which is women's football.
yeah,
What is the point of women's football? There is no point to women's football.
yeah,
14-year-old
yeah.
old boys can beat the world champions. It's what's the so yeah. So
I
there's
mean,
quite a lot of
there
sports.
would be a point if more women watched it and found it interesting. So at least like, okay, they're doing something that they like doing, good for them, sort of a thing, right? But yeah, I mean, for men, it's just like because we know how much more potential they can be, you know. So yeah, it becomes but like yeah, but like I was saying, I love sports. I love a lot of sports,
Yeah.
but golf I just can't get behind. Like I've tried watching it, I've
Mm,
tried playing it. Yeah, I can't get the swing because like yeah, I played cricket since I was a kid,
mm,
um, and my swing is like a cricket a
yeah.
back swing, and it doesn't work in golf. I just like yeah, that is very even curling. I can watch curling. Even Formula One, I can watch Formula One for a while, but like, yeah, golf has to be the highest of the most boring things to play and to watch.
Yeah.
Um, which of the meals is the most important? Which time of the day? Which meals is the most important? You think?
Um, for me, tea time, the
Yeah,
last meal.
yeah,
I don't eat breakfast. Never
mm,
have done.
mm,
I stopped eating breakfast when I probably 14, 15. But I
mm.
stopped eating breakfast when my mum stopped making me breakfast because I was too old. I was getting up and doing something.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped eating breakfast. Lunch, half the week I go without lunch because I'm far
Mm,
too busy. But when
mm,
it comes to 4, 5, 6 o'clock, I
yeah.
want a nice big meal. So I could live on one big meal a day.
Mm, mm. I think so. I didn't used to eat breakfast at all, but recently I have started eating breakfast, and I think so that's because I'm replacing lunch.
Yeah.
Because for me, like lunch used to be, and it still sort of is the biggest meal of the day, right? So I'm a bit European in that disposition where lunch is more important than dinner or breakfast for me. But like if you're working, from Monday to Friday, you don't get to have a proper lunch,
Hmm,
and that's what I'm finding. And then I'm having like dinner at 5 or 6,
hmm.
and that's my biggest meal. But if I was like now that I'm going to Poland for 10 days or something during Christmas, like lunch is going to be the biggest meal for me.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Yeah,
understand that. If I was
yeah,
on holiday, then yeah, maybe lunch or
yeah.
again maybe dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me, it's sort of like in the middle of the like I have it at like two-ish o'clock. It's in the middle of the day. It fuels the rest of the day, and before that, like so I don't know why it just
a
works like
small lunch, I can handle a very small lunch. But if I had a big meal at lunchtime, that's me done for the day. I'm
that.
lethargic. I just want to sit down. I don't get much work done.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
and eating habits are something that are developed over time.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't eat breakfast because I'm lazy. because I could never be bothered making it.
Yeah.
And I don't eat lunch. Well, sometimes I'm 50-50 on lunch,
Mm.
depending how busy I am. It's not that I don't want to eat lunch. It's mainly
Yeah.
because I forget to eat it.
Yeah.
But if somebody was to make me a small lunch and come
Mm.
in my office every day and go, Nick, here's your lunch, I would eat
You
it.
would do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Yeah, it's a similar question. I think so. I asked this of I forgot who I asked. Um, in a zombie apocalypse. Oh, I asked this of Pete North. I think so.
No.
In a zombie apocalypse, who will last the longest? We asked sort of like if you would last the longest, or how would you survive? But this is a different question of which group of people, or which type of person you think will last the longest.
I think that it's two traits.
Mm.
If you are inherently intelligent and inherently violent,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what it will take.
Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of our violence bred out of us over
Yeah.
hundreds of years in this country.
Yeah.
Hence why the woke virus has taken off, why we
Mm.
don't protect our women and our children, and
Yeah.
why we've allowed open borders, because we've turned into a nation of weak men. But
Mm.
within that group of weak men, there will still be some people in there
Mm.
who have still got that trait of violence.
Yeah.
Violence on its own won't help them because they'll make a stupid mistake and die.
Yeah.
But violent and intelligent,
Yeah.
that's the combination I'd
Yeah.
be looking for.
Yeah, I think so. Like super selfish people might do better because they won't be looking to protect other people, and they will be like just concerned. But like if they are intelligent
Hmm.
and
But
and willing to do what.
if you are selfish
Hmm.
in certain situations, that
Hmm.
might be a plus, but the next day that could be a negative.
Yeah, if you can't do team.
Because you
Yeah,
can't fight the zombie apocalypse on your own as one
yeah,
person. You're
yeah,
going to have a group together that needs coordinating. But if the zombies get into your complex and they're running
yeah,
at you, and there's three of yous,
yeah,
being selfish at that moment in time and running away and looking after yourself is sensible. But yeah.
yeah. So I guess like in a zombie apocalypse, zombies would survive till there's no human beings left to eat.
Yeah.
So, okay, next question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Um, I don't really have one, but when I was younger, it would have been um, mint chocolate chip.
No, I mint
Yeah.
chocolate chip.
So
Mm.
when I thought about it then, I had a picture of me in Blackpool with my mum picking ice creams at where there's like a dozen,
Yeah,
15 flavors, and I would always go for mint chocolate chip.
yeah. I think so. For me, it's got to be pistachio.
Hmm.
I'm crazy about it. Pistachio like trumps everything. Like as a kid, actually, I used to like chocolate, just pure chocolate, just chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips, like even more
Yeah.
chocolate on top of it. Nothing else. But like, yeah, I've grown to like pistachio more. Next question. What is the weirdest food combination that people? It's asking like what people eat, but you can ask like what is your weirdest food combination that you eat that you won't expect other people to understand?
Yeah, I know what this is straight away,
Yeah.
because the first time I did it and gave it to my wife, she was like,
What are you doing?
"Yeah." So, but I thought it was perfectly well. Growing up, I thought it was perfectly normal because we would eat this in our house. So you just
Mm,
think it's normal. So growing up, we had a tradition of my mum used to be, would bake a cheese and onion pie.
mm,
So for tea that night, we'd have cheese, onion pie, and chips. And you can't pour gravy on that. Beef gravy, chicken gravy, turkey gravy. There's no such thing as cheese gravy. So, but
yeah.
what are you going to pour on your chips? And don't forget, I'm from the north of England. We like gravy on everything.
Yeah.
So what we used to
I've
do,
heard.
is open a tin of Heinz tomato soup
Oh my.
and pour that on the chips and the pie as a gravy.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It try it. It tastes
Yeah,
absolutely lovely.
yeah. I think so. That's a very good idea. I
Mm.
might try it one day, because it's like I ate this often. I When I go to Berlin, they have currywurst,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like that, but without, if you think about it, without the spices,
Mm.
because you're putting that sauce on top. Yeah, yeah, that's actually a good combination.
Mm.
But no, people won't understand. Most people won't understand. I think so. My weirdest one is something that even in my family only I ate,
Mm.
right? And even they found it very weird, and my wife finds it very weird. Everyone I tell finds it very weird. It's a breakfast thing. So omelette sandwich, but
Mm.
with jam.
I was thinking omelette sandwich. Well, I did, but then the jam bit got me.
Yeah, and then I put like these spicy sort of pickles.
Mm.
That's Indian pickles and stuff, mangoes and like limes that they're pickled. I put them in the middle, so it's sort of like it's savory, it's sweet, and it's
Mm.
spicy all together in one sandwich. I don't understand for the life of me why would anyone not want that.
It if it's a nice quality bread, that sounds lovely.
Oh yeah, sourdough
Yeah,
bread.
yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds lovely.
yeah, yeah. All right, next question. Next question we have is: do you secretly take stuff out of a hotel room?
Not anymore. Um, when I, 20, 30 years ago, if I ever stayed in a
Mm,
hotel, I would take the little bottles of shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that.
mm.
And then about 20 years ago, I was moving house and I found a carrier bag with dozens and dozens and dozens of little shampoos and conditioners. I thought, why have I been taking these? I never use them. So since then, I've stopped taking anything like that because I don't use them.
Yeah, I do. But not, I don't overdo it. I don't
Mm,
overdo it. Sometimes I would like, it depends on the kind of service I've received, and the kind of, like, if the hotel was like a bit too expensive when it shouldn't be, and it's already ticked me off,
mm,
because they're trying to take advantage of the time, like of the year and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, then I might take it. I don't even use them afterwards. Like you said, like I don't
exactly.
use
Yeah.
them. But I just want to be like,
Get your
get
money's
my
worth.
money's worth. Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bit of northerner in me.
The last thing I took from a hotel was an expensive hotel in London I was staying at.
Hmm.
And in the, I didn't take any of the shampoos, all that rubbish, but they had a little sewing kit
Oh, that's
with a needle, three buttons, a little bit
hmm.
of different color threads. And I thought, oh, I'm having that.
They would want you to take that.
Yeah, because I thought that will come in handy. So I have that now in my travel kit. So, my wash
Yeah,
bag, because I thought that might come in handy one day. So that was
yeah.
the last thing that's the only thing I've taken over the last
No,
20, 30 years.
I've never encountered that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. Oh, your favorite pizza topping, if you like having pizzas.
Pizzas are okay. Pizzas
Mm.
to me are just hot sandwiches. I do like ham and pineapple. People, some
Mm.
people go, "Oh, you
Yeah,
cannot put
Hawaiian is like.
pineapple." No,
Mm,
I like ham and pineapple. Um, but if I was picking a pizza today,
mm,
I'd look at the menu and I want the pizza that has the most meat on it with the most spices and chilies. So I
yeah,
always go for something like the meat feast or something like that.
yeah,
I always want lots of ground beef,
yeah.
pepperonis, spicy salami, but I also want jalapeno peppers on there, and
Mm,
that would be my go-to pizza.
yeah. I, um, I never used to like pineapple on the pizza, but because I think so, I ate Hawaiian pizza. I for me, ham and pineapple combination is what I don't like,
No,
which is what I didn't realize. It's not the pineapple that I was objecting to; it was the ham
no.
along with the pineapple. So one of the days, I like recently, 2 years ago or something, I started eating, like, I let's experiment. I said, okay, let's have pepperoni, let's have jalapenos, and let's have pineapple. I just
Mm,
mix that um sweet and,
mm.
a spicy combination, and I think that was really good. That was really good. But my most favorite topping on a pizza is actually anchovies. just anchovy pizza. I love anchovies.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. And I think so that's because of being a crazy fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. And Michelangelo used to love having anchovies
Yeah,
pizzas.
yeah. Extra, tell them extra anchovies on the pizza.
Exactly. Exactly. I even used to have a blanket of, I still have it at home somewhere in Pakistan. This blanket of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I
Hmm.
was crazy about them. All right. Thank you, Nick, for humoring me, and thank you everyone for watching. I'll catch you next time with another one of these Christmas special episodes.